It had already been one of those long, heavy days that settle into your shoulders and don't let go. Riley Matthews didn't complain. She just moved. That morning, she had already checked in on 2 lakeside resorts near Clearwater, sat through a series of budget reviews over lunch, and then drove north into the heart of Asheville for an unplanned visit to her company's newest boutique hotel. That was Riley's way. Understated, unannounced, thorough. She never showed up in suits or heels. Her dark jeans, scuffed sneakers, and olive green windbreaker worked just fine. Hair pulled into a loose bun, no makeup, and a quiet, observant demeanor. Only her eyes hinted at the long day. Tired, sure, but sharply aware as she stepped through the sleek glass doors of the Autumn Pines Hotel on Cedar Avenue. The lobby was polished and modern, all warm wood tones, hanging brass light fixtures, and cozy seating in rust and deep forest green. The air smelled faintly of orange blossom and cedar. Riley took in the details like she always did, because the details mattered. A young receptionist behind the desk, probably fresh out of college, kept his eyes on the screen. Blonde hair, nervous energy, uniform just a tad too crisp. Riley stepped up and gave a polite nod. "Hey there," she said. "Reservation under Matthews." He didn't look at her, just typed. Then, "Don't see anything under that name. Try our Madison. Might be listed under the corporate group. Executive floor suite." The kid, name tag, said Tyler. Tapped again, then hesitated. "There's something under our Madison," he said slowly. "But that's reserved for upper management. For corporate visits." "Right," Riley nodded. "That's me." He blinked. "You're with the company?" "I'm the founder." Before she could explain further, he mumbled, "Hold on," and darted into the back. Riley sighed, shifting her weight as a couple at the bar watched curiously. She'd been here before. Not this hotel, but this exact moment. A woman in her 50s, neat bun, navy slacks, and a red top, stepped out, clipboard in hand. Name tag, Marla Benton, assistant manager. She murmured something to Tyler, who subtly gestured toward Riley. Marla approached with a thin smile. "You're here to check into the Madison suite?" "I'm not trying to check in," Riley said calmly. "That suite was reserved under my authorization." Marla crossed her arms. "And you are?" "Riley Matthews, CEO of Pine and Hollow Group." Marla raised an eyebrow. Not surprised, more like skeptical. "Do you have identification?" Riley didn't react. She opened her crossbody, handed over her ID and business card. Marla inspected both like they were puzzle pieces that didn't quite fit. Then came the line Riley knew too well. "You just don't look like a CEO." She didn't flinch. "I get that a lot." Marla handed the cards back, still not fully convinced. "If you don't mind waiting by the windows, I need to verify a few things." "I'll wait right here," Riley said. A nearby security guard had been eyeing the interaction and began to approach, posture alert. "Everything all right, ma'am?" he asked. "Just confirming my room," Riley replied calmly. "She says she's the CEO," Tyler called out, far louder than necessary. The guard's hand drifted subtly toward his belt. Riley turned slightly. "Is there a reason security's needed during a regular check-in?" Before Marla could answer, she returned with a printout and a phone in hand. "Your name is listed," she said, "but without official notice or confirmation from your coordinator, we can't release the suite." "You think I faked my own booking?" Riley asked, genuinely curious. "No, just, it's unusual. Showing up in casual clothes." "Is it unusual," Riley said coolly, "because I didn't call ahead? Or because I don't fit your idea of a CEO?" Marla hesitated. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. "This hotel was my idea," Riley continued. "My firm funded it. My staff trained yours. That suite? It was for evaluating your team's professionalism. You just failed. I still need to confirm with someone," Marla managed. "Call David Wynn, president of operations. Ask him how he handled disrespect during surprise evaluations." As Marla turned away, the guard took a step forward. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to wait outside." "Oh," Riley said. "You sure the problem is me being in this hotel? Or me being me?" She calmly stepped out, phone in hand. "Cassie," she said into the receiver, "have David call the internal line at Autumn Pines. Apparently, I'm a stranger in my own house." Inside, Marla made the call. This is Marla Benton, assistant manager. I need to verify a walk-in guest claiming to be Riley Matthews. There was a beat of silence. Then, did you say Riley Matthews? Our CEO. Marla froze. Put me on speaker, said a voice that could chill glass. David's voice boomed across the lobby. Why is our CEO outside? Why is she being questioned by security? She didn't look like... She didn't need to raise her voice, David snapped. She just needed to check in. Fix it. Now. Outside, Marla rushed toward Riley. Ms. Matthews, I deeply apologize. Your suite is ready. You spoke with David? Riley asked, dry amusement in her voice. Yes, ma'am. Riley smirked. 10 minutes ago, I was just another woman in sneakers. Now I'm your boss. Let's talk about that. As she stepped back in, another figure arrived. Tall man in a gray suit with a leather folder. Riley, he said. Everything okay? Hey, Sean, she nodded. They're getting there. Sean Kilmer, head of hotel operations, approached the front desk. Name? He asked Tyler. Tyler. The clerk said nervously. Tyler. Ever look up who signs your paycheck? Tyler shook his head. Sean handed him a printed memo. This went out 2 weeks ago. Unannounced visits from the CEO. Marla, you saw this. I didn't think she'd be... You didn't think, period. Sean cut her off. The job is simple. Treat people with respect. Riley folded her arms. I didn't ask for special treatment. Just fair treatment. That was too much, apparently. Before anyone else could respond, another woman entered, Angela Dean, Regional HR Director. She held up a flash drive. Security footage, audio. It's all here, she said. Make sure your stories match the facts, because the cameras already did. Later that day, Riley met with the full team. I'm Riley Matthews, she said. Yesterday, I came here not as CEO, but as a guest. What I faced was judgment, not professionalism. An older housekeeper raised her hand. I've been here since day one. Always said this place felt different. I'm sorry they treated you like that. Thank you, Riley said. That's why I'm here, to protect what's good from being buried by what's broken. Changes rolled in fast. Bias training, accountability measures, Tyler placed on watch. Marla's future? Uncertain. Sean leaned over later. You've gone viral. Riley exhaled. Not the kind of press I like. The next day, every manager across the country was on a call. Our CEO was profiled. If it can happen to her, it can happen to your guests. Led with respect, or hand in your badge. Riley stayed the rest of the week. Ate with guests. Walked the halls. No interviews. Just presence. On Friday, she paused at the brass plaque near the entrance. Riley Matthews, founder, Pine and Hollow Group. A guest passed by, glanced between her and the plaque. You were? Yep. Didn't expect that. Most don't, she said. Sean joined her. Think they'll remember? I don't care if they remember me. I care if they remember the lesson. She turned to leave. A young woman at the desk, dark curls, blazer, poised, gave her a quiet nod. Riley returned it. This time, no one questioned it. Because sometimes the loudest statement is the one you don't have to say at all. Riley didn't set out to prove anything, but the silence she left behind echoed louder than any speech. Her presence rewrote assumptions, challenged norms, and forced a mirror in front of a team that had forgotten what respect looks like. She didn't need a shout to be heard. She didn't need a suit to be taken seriously, though now they all knew better. What happened at Autumn Pines wasn't just a lesson in humility. It was a wake-up call for every employee who thought leadership had a look. The truth is, leadership shows up in many forms, quiet, firm, unannounced. Riley reminded them that how you treat people matters, especially when you think they're no one. Because the nobodies might just be the ones who built the whole place. And next time someone doesn't look the part, they'll think twice, because they'll remember the day they almost turned away the woman who signed their checks. She didn't just check into a hotel, she checked their values. And now, everything from the lobby to leadership has changed.